potentially.
Yeah. I'm sure it gets the thumbs up from Steve Coogan, though, who's with her. What happened? What happened?
I smashed the nail in my thumb.
By doing what?
I was closing a window that was a very recalcitrant window, and I thought if I give it a big slam, which I did, I managed to close it on my thumb and shattered the nail. And
well, it goes very nicely with Susanna's toenails, which we can't. Can we show?
I don't know. Can you see?
Which is the most gross? Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
You change it. I need to change my bandage. It's getting a bit grubby.
Good.
Yeah.
Anyway, talking to you more in just a moment about other things. First, here's our last
Toenails and fingernails coming off. Just what you want at 9:05 in the morning.
What's happening where you are?
See you in a moment. So Steve Coogan's here after his fight with a window, and in his latest work he plays a controversial entrepreneur. His name's Paul Raymond, in a film which takes a peek into the British sex industry.
More peak, really, but the real-life character set up gentlemen's clubs and magazines in the 70s, became Britain's richest man in so doing. Steve will talk to us more about that in a moment. First, here is a clip from The Look of Love.
Yeah, there was a sort of a bed moment, but I have to say that Look of Love is full of quite fruity moments, because Paul Raymond was the king of Soho. I mean, he was the man behind striptease clubs, and although he always said what he was doing was quite clean.
Well, he tried to import. You know, he basically died. When he died, he owned more or less all of Soho. But he started out with sort of he opened the Raymond Review Bar, and he sort of almost invented nudity for the British, as it were.
But it was at a time when British society was sort of struggling with how nudity was dealt with, wasn't it? Because you could have nude models standing in these clubs.
You could have nude models, but they weren't allowed to move. But what he did was he had he pulled them across the stage on a trolley with a rickety wheel, so that they wobbled. And that's how he got past the laws. So it was very entrepreneurial in that regard.
The film is a morality tale in many ways, of a man who had everything, millions and property and sort of crazy drug-addled lifestyle sometimes, and then lost his most precious possession.
Well, it does have a morality tale, because of course it's no secret, it's not a spoiler, that his daughter died quite young, and the morality side of it is that, of course, he's surrounded by all this sort of avaricious things in life, you know, all the material trappings and sex and all the rest of it, and but the one thing he lost was love, and of course, as we all know, that's a bit more important than sex. Best if you can have both, but you know.
Yeah, and it starts out where he's saying, you know, he's being asked this by reporters, and as you say, he was hugely successful, hugely rich, he had everything you know a man could fantasize he could possibly want, and he's being asked about what happened to his daughter, and he says, I gave her everything. I don't understand what went wrong. And what went wrong with her? Was it that she just was spoilt, that she had too much?
I think
because that's a suggestion in the film.
Well, there's also the sort of confusion of, because it also deals, I mean, the three central characters in the film are his wife, his girlfriend, and his daughter, played by Tamsin Edgerton, Anna Friel, and Imogen Poots, all very good performances. But it's about, he was surrounded by females, and it's about his attitude to, because he's also using lots of, he's working with lots of female nudity. It's also about his relationship with women, and also how his daughter relates to that. It's all about how a man relates to a woman in a loving way and in a sexual way, and it's about sort of examining all those relationships. And really, his daughter sort of got, I think, wasn't quite sure about her own identity in some ways, that what she was supposed to be. Was she supposed to be desirable? Was she supposed to be, you know, a businesswoman? Or so it was. I mean, he was very successful, but I mean, really, although his industry was sex, he wasn't himself really preoccupied with sex. He was a businessman, and that's just the thing that he sold. And he did challenge certain social mores at the time. When Britain came up with sort of a black and white post-war austerity, he brought some colour. He tried to sort of bring the French attitudes to nudity.
The Moulin Rouge.
Folie Bergère.
But some would argue also objectified women in a very exploitative way.
Yes, you could. Well, I mean, that's it. We don't sort of say one thing in the film. You see the film, you sort of judge for yourself. I mean, on the one hand, the sort of sexual liberation of women in the 1960s, and then there's also the sort of exploitation of women. So that he was sort of a crossroads where all these things, and censorship and Mary Whitehouse and all the rest of it. You know, this all came together at the same time.
You have another film coming out. And the star is Alan Partridge.
Yes.
So, I mean, you can't get through an interview without talking about Alan Partridge, but we have a proper reason to talk about Alan
He follows
Partridge.
me around everywhere.
Doesn't he?
Yeah, he's a
Just
bit
won't
annoying.
give up. This time it's a full-length feature involving a hostage situation.
That's right. We decided to put Alan on the big screen, because we put him on the television screen, put him on the small screen, and there he is. That's prosthetic stomach, of course. I didn't have to skip pudding when I was playing Alan. That's one of the most, one of the nice sides of things.
It's thrilling and very exciting and very funny, we hope, and it comes out later this year.
In August, yeah.
Good stuff. All right, Steve, out of time, I'm afraid, but lovely to see you as ever. Thank you.
Thanks very much.
Good luck with The Thumb. Look of Love opens in cinemas on Friday. That's all we have time for. Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.